everyone. Welcome back for our final speaker of the World Pranic Festival. Last but not least, definitely not least, is a personal mentor of mine, Nicolas. He has organized this beautiful festival that so many of us have been enjoying here at the Eden Pranic Center in Cocore, Italy. And I know he has a wealth of information and inspiration. And I'm just so delighted to welcome Nicolas. Just before I turn over the microphone to Nicolas, I want to remind everyone that you can write your questions for Nicolas in the Q&A section at the bottom of your screen. And also, if you want to be listening in an alternate language, you can click the world symbol and with the word interpretation, and you will find alternate languages. Nicolas will be speaking in English today. So thank you everyone for joining us once again. And thank you, Nicolas, for brightening our day by joining us online and here at the festival.
Thank you very much, everyone, to be here. Thank you online. Thank you, Morgan, to have done all this nice work up to now. So a number 36 conference that we are having on day 12 in this Pranic festival. And actually, I don't feel really tired. So some people are still now, and please take place where you can. Thank you. Okay, so there's been a lot of information coming around from everyone coming here. Everyone has been speaking. We had with Rafaela, we checked in more than 200 people in the festival, around 230 people. So it's a very good number. This is only in presence. So online it has over 100. So it's not always 100 people, but they are over the world. So I must remember myself to speak a bit slower. I'm going to try and do my best. I'm going to try to ground it to a few steps that everyone needs to know. That well, first, I want to remember you that here Morgan has been saying this for all this time, but this is Eden Pranic Center. So we are a Pranic Center since 2015, first process, group Breatharian. And so we needed groups here in the beginning. We were doing the 21 days on water many times during the year. So it is a tough process. And then we changed our protocol to finally we understood by the feedback of all the people who came here, and we understood that you don't need to have a strong process as an initiation. And because what you want is a very, very effortless process. People are wondering if it is a pranic process because it is with a lot of techniques. It's with calories, so not only now, but so on your pranic journey, you're going to have a first encounter with the information that we call the initiation. So first will come the initiation, and the initiation can come in very different aspects. Then will come the practice and the transition together. I use these two words because practice and transitions, they come together. And then you will have, this can last some time, and we're going to talk about that more precisely. Then will come the becoming and the manifestation. And this is when you're going to become fully Breatharian. It's going to be installed. Whatever you're going to install, we're going to talk about that. Many different ways to install pranic living, Breatharianism, enlightenment, and consciousness. So, thank you. Somebody's saying I need to slow down. Good. So the initiation is like the first step that you're going to do on your journey. And it is very important that it has to be a steady step, because if already it is not steady, then what are going to be the steps that are going to come after? So initiation can come from a book, can come from a conference, can come from meeting the information through a friend, can come through a process. It also can come from intuition. This is how it came for humanity, naturally and spontaneously. People feeling the call in their heart. The conditions were available, and then it just happened. It just manifested. We have the information in our history, in our civilization. So nowadays it's very different. We have all this nice technology available. A lot of people are practicing. So initiation is very important. This is why festival like this that we had for 12 days is a good place to select information and to decide Breatharian, which pranic facilitator you're going to have your first initiation, because it is important for us, at least for me, that people have choice and have time to resonate with the good choices, because the first step on the journey is very important. For example, if you start with a process that is too strong for your physical condition, you're going to have a lot of suffering in the beginning that you will not be aware right away. Because in the beginning, when you start changing your diet, you're going to feel a lot of benefits. But the benefits, what is important is how to days, weeks, months, and years. So this is the dream for everyone, is to find a protocol, is to find an initiation that enables you to start on day 1, and then on day 100, it's like, whoa, I didn't have so much trouble. I didn't have any kind of detox. It was so easy. Am I doing a pranic process? Am I truly Breatharian? I'm saying this because many people consider that to have an initiation is something very strong, very tough. You need to be really prepared. So, of course, there are some initiations out there that are very strong. I want to speak about one of the most famous initiation. It is the protocol of Jasmine that she wrote in her book now over 25 years ago. So that initiation is still available in her book, and the book is still under print. So people get that book, they read the initiation, and they say, oh, I can do this. But that book, and Jasmine wrote that book 25 years ago for a purpose, for a certain type of people and certain type of consciousness in that moment. And that process that she has described is meant to have a very, very strong preparation for the people who will undergo it. Myself, I did this protocol my first time 10 years ago now, 2012. So I did this 7 days dry. But I remember to have fainted also during these 7 days. So it is a very tough process. And also what we are doing and what we are speaking about now, and this I want to remind everyone, it is something that is touching our nourishment, the roots of our essence on this planet, what nourishes our being, our body, our psyche, our emotions, our heart. So it is very important, most of important, to have a safe journey, and to make understand that this is not fasting, this is pranic living. It is living on happiness and living on joy, living on love. So to have this effortless journey, I want to say that in our Pranic Center, people come and they want to have these water days, they want to have these dry days, and they are very, very astonished to have all this abundance of liquidity, because not really prepared to have a so easy process. But what is important are the results. If you're stabilizing your weight and you're only having liquids, this is a very good sign that something is happening. You're maybe not like these famous Breatharians that are not eating and drinking, but at least you're not the same person as you entered it, eating, coming from a situation where you were eating 3 times a day. So understand that this is the initiation I'm talking about. It's very important to have a soft and smooth initiation that can invite you to continue at the speed you want in your life, because everyone is different. You have family, you have work, you have friends, you have social and life expectations. And so the process needs to match you. You should not match the process. You have to design your own perfect pranic journey. So this is the initiation. It is very important because it is about joy. And the more joy you get in the initiation, the more pleasure, the more understanding that this is can be also an effortless journey of transitioning our civilization to something that is going to be, we can call it the golden age, something where humans are really exploring their true potential, their true manifestation. So after the initiation, that can be even a few days, can be a talk, can be a few days of process, can be 9, 10, 5, 3 days. It can be reading a book, can be looking videos, can be having just a festival like this. Then will come the practice and the transition. So understand that we have a human body, and this human body is already made of prana. Where is prana? Where is the chi? Where is the light? The light resides in every atoms of our body and also in every atoms of the universe. Everything is made of energy. So if you understand that we are not separated, you are nourishing at every instant yourself. But who are you? You're not only your physical body. We have scientific proof now, but we can also feel it, that we are everywhere at every instant. So it is slowly expanding that awareness in your body with where you're going to start with your set of consciousness, that is going to enable you to slowly integrate this expansion of awareness of who you are. This is going to take time. It has to go into all your cells, all your atoms. And as you know how we function, our body is not the same at every instant. We are always creating new cells and new atoms. But when you create them with this pranic consciousness that you are feeding on the source, that you're feeding on love, that you're feeding on something else that enters your mouth, then this we call the transition phase. It happens naturally. It's a question of time. You need to be patient. We are talking years, not weeks, months. 1 year is a minimum. And then there's any number of years that is needed. Your body is going to renew with that information until it's going to settle and install. And you're going to discover by your own all the potentials that are going to come, all the benefits that everyone is talking about. They are not only physical. The physical part is only the beginning, but it is the alignment, it is the understanding, the forgiveness, the gratitude for life. It is the wisdom that is going to penetrate you slowly, the understanding, the empathy. Your senses of perception are going to be refined. You're going to discover, dream about. And actually you will even stop dreaming, because you will also reduce your time of sleep and you will realize your dreams. You will manifest them in your life. All your dreams that you were thinking about since you're born on this body, you will make them become realization slowly. And then you will be able to accelerate. So it's really like they say, it's the small vehicle. It's our small and finished body, and then we enter the bigger vehicle. It's the unfinished body, the infinity of our body. That is the universe. Who you think you are, you'll become. And slowly, with this transition, you're going to understand who you are. So it cannot happen from a day to another, because you cannot change your work from a day to another. You cannot change family from a day to another. You cannot change all the settings of your expectations and all the wantings that you are still holding on, and all the grief and all the challenges that are there in your, that are lying in every atoms of your body. We call them stagnating energies. So all these stagnating energies, because of the causes and effect of the solid food, that creates a lot of trouble for our system. It makes the energy not flowing in our body, so they are going to stay. And when they stay too long, they become like part of us. So when you enlighten and you lighten your diets, this is what we do just with liquids, just from solidity to liquidity. This is what we advise you, and what we do in our Pranic center. We go first step from density to liquidity. This is going to slowly give gentleness to your atoms and to your cells in order to become less hard. They're going to become more flowing, and by consequence, the energy that we're stagnating and were captured inside will be slowly released. This is when you're going to go through this emotional detox that many facilitators talk about, mental detox, all these releases, all these energies need to release. And when you think you're done, there's more to come. So when you're in the process of transition, you cannot really realize what is happening and what is going to come next. This is why it is very important to have someone you can rely on that went through all this long detox and long releasing. So facilitators are very important. They will replace slowly in the future, like a yoga teacher in every village. There will be in every village a facilitator for you to release and to organize transition. This is very important. This is how the world is going to expand humanity, and humanity will flow in a completely different paradigm, the paradigm of love. So it has to happen slowly. Community is already there. We are 8 billion on our planet. So the transition phase has to happen in your field of life, in the city, in the work, in the daily activities. So initiation, practice, and transition has to happen in your normal life. This is why when we do the process here, it's like a holiday for people. We go and visit the nearby cities, we go to the beach, we go to the river, we go to the mountain, we go and enjoy the cappuccino or the tea in the bar, even gelato, even the ice cream here in Italy is fantastic for transition. Whatever you are not going to bite and chew, you're going to keep the beast easy and peacefully. The beast is from the tip of our tongue to our anus. This is our animal side. If you eat even a bit, even an apple a day can awaken the beast once a day by chewing, by biting. But if you drink apple juice, it's going to be all different. You're not going to awaken. So understand these two very important concepts: digestion, absorption. What you want, and as your body has been used to digest and to take all this energy, you cannot not use energy support in the beginning. This is why we use liquids with energy. But what you're doing, so we are using the calories, of course, but because you're not ready, at least in the beginning, you're not ready to sustain with a different type of energy that you need to rediscover, that you need to awaken, that you need to practice. The same practice as everything. If you want to learn a new sport, you need to build the muscles, the breath, the consciousness, the movements around it. The same if you learn a new language, you need to practice. And then it's going to become a habit. When it's going to become a habit, it's going to happen naturally. And this is the Breatharian body, the body of light is exactly that. It's going to happen in an effortless way after some years. And it's up to you to understand how to adapt the process to you. And on this journey, it's about a journey of freedom. Feel free to practice in the way you best want. It is about practicing solidity and liquidity. In my personal journey, I did many, many different experiences, but I see that it was a progressive journey up to now. Up to the day of today, my last meal was 1.5 months ago. It was in the month of June, and now we are in the middle of August. But I feel so safe, I feel so happy that I did it the opposite way. I said, I'm going to have what I want as food until I have enough, until I can't anymore, until my consciousness will say to me, Nicolas, what are you doing? You know you're Breatharian. It is so obvious. And I say, oh yes, it is so obvious. Instead of looking forwards to achieve a goal, to look like someone, to do it quick, I tried this path. It will not happen quickly. I advise you to make it happen very, very slowly in a soft and gentle journey. Because when you lose 10 kg, 20 kg, and when you have a lot of physical problems, and when you eat again in a certain way, and you're having problems because of the eating, it's better to have a really soft journey, soft initiation, and a soft practice that enables you to keep this liquid lifestyle and sometimes solid food, and understanding how much you need and how you're going to expand consciousness and how you're going to change your lifestyle on the journey. So when the transition is going to be in the finishing, you'll understand that you'll be able to manifest and to become. So it is, to give you an image, it is exactly like the caterpillar becoming the butterfly. It is really that image. In is the caterpillar aware he's going to become a butterfly? On the intuition level, he knows, but rationally, he does not know. So if someone would have said to me, I'm now 51, if someone would have said to me before my first information come to me, you're going to become a Breatharian, you'll stop eating, I would have a nice laugh and go back to my food, you know, and it was impossible. What are you talking about? Well, actually, I'm not even sure about that. But I was a good, very, very good eater. I used to have 30 kilos more, up to 30 kilos more than now. But now I did a lot of martial arts in my life. Now I feel like if I would be like this before, I would have done amazing things. But to do amazing things when people are eating is not comparable to everyone becoming Breatharian on this planet. This is the future. So they are pioneers, and you are pioneers. So thank you to be here and to listen online and to be here present, to have the courage to do the first step. These we are needed in some way. So the becoming and manifestation, this is up to you. And it's going to be aligned with the initiation. If the initiation is soft, if the transition and the practice is soft, then the manifestation is going to be soft. Your manifestation and your realization. So I can talk a bit more of every topics. They initiate, the practice, and the manifestation. Keep it to these 3 words. This is your pranic journey. So it's nearly half an hour, and I want to hand over now the questions to Morgane or to anyone here, just to keep on the good flow with all of you. The universe and humanity is increasing the consciousness in that moment. So I'm just allowing that to be channeled by my physical body and my physical consciousness. But it's very difficult, because when you use the words, it's always bounding. There's the habit and the memory of the separation. But myself through you, through everyone, there's no separation. This is why the words are very important when they are spoken, because they spoke outwards and inwards. So we need to get rid of all these words that separate. Master, teachers, friends. We are friends or enemies. Friends or enemies. You are aligned with me or not aligned? And yes or no? Thank you.
Thank you, Nicolas.
We have a question
Yes,
here.
thank
Morgane.
you. Please go ahead. And if you can repeat the question so everyone online will know what it is. Thank you.
Yes, I'm going to do that. Thank you. So the question is, if in our process that we have in our center, we have dry days or water days, and how are the liquids accommodated during the process? So the process is open to everyone, to different experience of some people coming for the first time, some people already Breatharian, some people having already a few processes. So we always adapt the process to the people who come. So if someone, for example, wants to have a dry day, I always ask him, why do you want to have a dry day? Why do you want to have a water day? Because it is important to have the good reasons for everything. And it has not, there's no need anymore that it has to come from a space of habit or memory. You used to have dry days in the past. Why do you want to have dry days now? If the dry days are going to impact your body of energy, it means dry days have usually they have an impact on your body. You're going to lose energy most of the time. Water days are going to make you lose energy, depending on the time and the length of the dry days or the water days, of course. But some people do not lose energy. They increase energy, okay? So it is important for us to adapt the process following the people who come. So dry days are possible, but usually the protocol is liquid days. To make people understand that pranic living is different of fasting for us. Fasting has a beginning and an end, and you're going to resume with your lifestyle that you were before, you're going to resume after. And you do fasting for a purpose of healing, losing weight, or spiritual purpose. Beginning, but no end. So you want to have a progressive journey of just tuning in the space of love, the space of joy, the space of exploring human potentials. The way we use the liquids is we start light. For example, we have a 9-day process. So it's 3 days of physical detox, 3 days of emotional detox, and 3 days of mental detox, usually. In the beginning, we have light liquids, and then we have medium liquids, and then we are going to explore dense liquids. The liquids, it's all a world of liquidity that is around there. We want people to have that knowledge. So we are preparing a book of all the different types of liquidity, because this is very important to share our information. It's a bit like raw food 40 years ago. People were thinking, what are you going to eat? Salad, that's all? No, now raw food is amazing. You can do everything with raw food. The same with liquidity. And you're going to keep in the state. What is important is to keep in the state. To give you an image, imagine a river flowing. nice river flowing the water. Wow, great. Then comes rocks. So they're coming to the water. The flowing of the water will go slower, go around. Imagine that the rocks is the solid food, putting in your system. So until it's liquid, you're going to resolve the liquidity in hours, maximum a day if you abuse on peanut butter, for example. But if you put solid food, it's going to stay days, and it's going to lower down your vibration. It's going to awaken a type of memories, cellular memories on your DNA linked to your animal side. It's going to make it always for you looking, identifying to animals. Of course, you can be vegetarian. Of course, you can be anything that you want, but you can also be breatharian and enjoy vegetables. Breatharian and enjoying some fish or some meat sometimes. But just from the point of view of the experience, like if you would have to enjoy a glass of wine, or if you want to enjoy anything you want to enjoy, until you are done, until you have enough, and until you decide to change to something else. But this is up to you. It's a path of freedom. Thank you.
I have a question from someone online.
A question online.
It's regarding detox symptoms in the initiation process. And they say that each time they try a process on their own, they have unpleasant elimination for the first few days. And they want to know how long that lasts typically and what it's like once it's stabilized. It sounds like they have never stabilized through the detox phase.
So it's a question about detox. How people are experiencing serious symptoms of detox, and so how to stabilize, and how the detox are going to last and how long. So this is one more reason that we want to have a gentle detox, not as a fasting technique, shortened with a lot of other techniques like enemas, massages. What we want is to dilute on the Pranic journey. You want to dilute the detox in time and to really have a happy detox. Because if the detox is too strong, it is so dangerous. Once in one of our process, and it happened a few times, when you're going to awake stones in your body because you just had a few days of water, just only on water, you're going to awaken stones in your body. Because when the detox is going to start, you cannot stop. It's on the move. So the body wants to expulse the stones. So a man, for a man, is going to go through the penis. It's very, very painful. So you really don't want, and you can be very, very apparently healthy, being very, very healthy, but maybe stones are there waiting for you to transit. The Breatharian process is the strongest transmutation on this planet now for a human being. It has to be organized in a smooth and gentle way for more and more people that are interested in the topic. Your choice of initiation is so important because you're going to inspire your friends, you're going to inspire your family, you're going to inspire your field of life around you. So be aware that if you do it too strong, you're going to make people afraid of doing it. So keep in mind to maintain your nice cheeks and to make everyone feel safe around you. And to have a diluted detox. So liquidity with calories. This is for us in our Pranic center, it's over 80% of success. It means people go back to the life, cooking with family, doing sports, working, going, and they can find places, they can find a miso soup, they can find a pudding, you know, they can find, even in the restaurants, they can move around by staying on liquids and staying in the process without being obliged to eat with family, having a soup, a nice creamy soup with all the spices that you want, the flavors. It is wonderful. Huh? You're going to feel connected. You're going to feel centered. You're going to feel still with this nice happiness and this nice flowing of joy, of unconditional joy and unconditional love. So where all that comes from, it comes from your inner being inside. Huh? If you treat your cells and your atoms in the gentle way, they are going to send you waves of happiness and waves of joy that you will be able to express, and you will be just in silence sharing this around you naturally.
Thank you so much, Nicolas. Is there another question from the room there?
Yes, we have a question.
And I'm going to remind you as well to speak slowly.
To facilitate. So emotional detox. The question is about emotional detox and mental detox, tips and tools, how to deal with them. So these are the stronger aspects of the journey. It's physical aspect is just the beginning, and all the world knows about it. We know about it. What people don't know about is emotional and mental detox, what it is about. So it is you can only learn about that. At least this is what there are no books explaining about this. You can only learn by understanding who you are. So until you feel separated, you can never understand all these aspects of who we are all together. First, so it is very difficult when you are alone on the journey to facilitate yourself on the emotional plan and on the mental point of view. Huh? So the tips are, when you feel it's too strong, drink something with calories. Huh? Humanity is using the solid food to forget who they are. So it is become a habit. So it brings numbness, and like that you kind of sleepy. This is why we are talking about awakening, because when you take the pranic journey, there are other journey, of course, but pranic journey is the highway to awakening. The highway to enlightenment is going to happen very quickly, but you cannot go too quick, too fast. Otherwise, if you're not steady, you can fall, and it can be very, very dangerous. So the awakening has to be smooth and gentle. And by using liquidity and sometimes use solidity, just to, okay, I need to relax. I need to get more rooted, more anchored on this earth. I need to go slowly, because if there is some rush, quickness, it means something is creating that. Why? So use calories to bring these emotions a bit lower, to bring this mental activation a bit lower. This is one option. Another option is to always remember that you are releasing, and the release, it will last seconds, minutes, that's all. But when you're living them, it's like a nightmare. We know it's like a new time. You're living the same pattern of emotional aspect again and again, and it can be very strong. This is why you should be very careful and remember that you're releasing in that moment. Relax, find a space to breathe, to close your eyes, go to the toilets. Say, I need to go to toilets. You go there and you sit and you relax. You do a small meditation, and you on the transition phase, people say, I'm 10 process. Yes, but in how much time? In 1 year? Oh, you need more time. For me, it took 3 years to understand the immensity of what I was doing. So be patient, find the correct speed that you're safe, and everything will unfold naturally and effortlessly. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nicolas. I have another question from online here.
Okay, question online.
Someone would like to know how we can best support children who are quite naturally drawn to juices and liquids and fruit? Can we responsibly support them?
The question is regarding children that are spontaneously wanting to be on juices or fruits. So what is important is, so usually I don't speak about children, I speak about adults. So the children are going to copy what the adults are doing. So it is most of importance that the adults are aware of who they are. If they are aware of who they are, just the children and everyone around will be acting accordingly. So it is important to let the children free, but also to experience. So to bring him or her in front of the experience, to tempt also, but not to force, of course. So it's all about who we are. We can only work really on ourselves if we think we are separated. But if you are trying to change outside and not the inside, it will never work. What is really efficient is to work inside in order to transmit outside. So it is most of important that parents understand that work comes from them. We have a question here in presence. So the question is on this 80% I said of success after the process. Is it about after the process months or years? So truly, what happened is that we changed the protocol to have it safer, because we could not have the process with water only, with people that were not in our center, not present under our eyes, for more security. Because you can always have, and we on water, you can have dizziness happening. So we decided to include juices and calories, and this is when we shifted our processes. So we have only 3 years of experience. So on these 3 years of experience, let's say 2 years, because we needed 1 year to sophisticate the process and understand through the feedbacks of the people that, wow, it's working. Let's try a bit more. Let's try a bit more. Let's try a bit more. Until now, it's really, we start with abundance right away. And people are amazed because they are going to stabilize weight very, very quickly. What you want, what is going to make you become pranic? What are the evidence? This is very important. You want the evidence. The evidence is your eyes looking on the scale and seeing that your body mass weight is stable, and you know how to increase with a bit more liquids or how to decrease. You can sculpture your body. And then you see that you sleep a bit less, that you have more energy than on with solid food. Because if this is not happening, then maybe solid food was wonderful for you. What are you doing? You need to be happy. So if you're not really happy on more liquidity, then maybe more density is more adapted to you. So if these 3 criteria, sleeping less, energy, happiness also, and body mass weight stabilized, this is not pranic living. You're probably in the beginning important to individuate this. So the feedback these last 2 years, it's about that. It's about people coming back, people staying in touch with us, people staying in touch, becoming friendly, wanting to know more, what is going to happen next. So we are basically now facilitating the becoming, what to do. This is very important. This is why most of you are here in this festival, not most. But when you're going to be Breatharian, let's say in the transition, what to do next? How to build this new civilization, where to start? Well, start where you are. I start here, where I have this property I'm just buying land here. We call it the Garden of Eden. We want people to enjoy this nature, and we want to protect nature. Apparently, we are destroying nature. Everyone is talking about that. politics, everyone. And there's war happening. So there's a lot of bad things happening. So it's up to you to make the good things happen also. We need to balance this world. So the Garden of Eden that we are building here is for Breatharians, for humans to enjoy the original state of the natural state of being in happiness without picking all the fruits of the trees. Just meditate, just enjoy, just breath, just be nourished by the joy from within. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nicolas. If someone wants to, is there a question from the room?
There's a question from the room, but maybe you have one online.
I do. I because maybe we go with the question from the room first. Thank you.
Okay, question from the room. So the question is are liquids like wine and beer to avoid on the, yeah, so alcohol basically. So I come from any type of food. I was not especially someone a vegetarian or vegan. So when I was going back to food, sometimes anything and everything, just to experience and enjoy it. And on the journey, sometimes if you want to enjoy a glass of wine or a beer, you can, but you'll understand that it's going to create an alteration. Solid food creates a strong alteration. Alcohol is going to create an alteration. Any kind of drug are going to create an alteration. Liquid food is going to create also an alteration, but it has to be a progressive stepping out of the addiction zone. You will see that slowly, if you were drinking 1 glass of wine a day, you will see that maybe drinking a glass of wine in a week will be sufficient on your tea. You don't know. So myself, I drink non-alcoholic beer, because in France they have very good non-alcoholic beers, and it's starting to be everywhere. I like the flavor and the taste. But if you keep it moderate, I think that it's up to you to choose how you want it. So don't feel there is something good or bad that you should not or do. It's up to you to design what is good or bad for you. And this is what we do during our liquid journey here in the process. We have all the liquids we can have, and we say to people, enjoy what you want. Until you don't bite, until you don't chew, the process is going to happen. The process is the expansion of consciousness in your atoms, in your cells, and the allowing new energies to flow in at every instant, and to push, to bring pressure to all this stagnating and all the energies to flow out. And when they flow out, this is the release, emotional, mental. It's all about information. Information coming in, pushing all the information out, but there's the resistance, because all this is alive. All the informations are alive. They want to stay in you. So this is why the process has to be facilitated. The way you want to be facilitated is up to you, but you're never alone. Forget this word, loneliness. It only exists in the paradigm of suffering. There is the paradigm of suffering, tribulation, and then you enter the paradigm of joy and easiness. It's going to be difficult until it's going to become everything. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Nicolas, for sharing all of this wealth of information and inspiration. We're close to the top of the hour. I wanted to say, if someone was listening and wanted to know more about the processes that you're offering here at the Eden Pranic Center, can you describe describe what kinds of offerings you have here for initiation?
So the question online is, what are the types of offering we have here in our planning process, in our planning center, through our processes? So we do every month, we do 9 or 21 days. It means you can do 9 days only and you can extend to 21. We do it in presence or online. People who want to extend after 21 days, they can, but they don't need it. We give them the full package in 9 days of enough instructions for them to go on by their own. This is what we want. We want people to be free. So of course they can come back if they want, but we want them to have at least the basis to be safe on liquids. This is for us very important, because I don't want to do facilitator all my life. I want to enjoy this world with brothers and sisters everywhere, but as they are fighting and struggling, we need to do this. So I'm now a facilitator, but I would like to do something else, maybe in the future. So online, it works. You don't need to come in presence. It works from where you are. And the success is wonderful, because if you understand, if you overcome your first fear of saying, oh, it will never work for me. If you manage to understand that, yes, it can work for you, we are accelerating the transition of our society, because you're doing it in the city, you're doing it with all your problems, and it is all your problems. And this is what we're doing. We are here as human beings to solve problems in us and around us, until there are no problems to solve, and we just enjoy everything naturally. So if you're interested, you can go on the website and you can contact me. We have free facilitators here now, and we are open to we have a course. People who want to learn how to facilitate, just stay in the process, look how we do it. It's very, very easy. And then we have a system where they can become facilitators. You need to have a profile to become facilitator. To hold the space is not easy. You must be ready for people to hate you or to love you, because you are the one that is going to push on the buttons of everyone to make the trigger. You know what I'm saying about. Thank you. So they are, yes, we have some other questions that we're closing. Maybe one more, two more.
Yes, we have a few more minutes for sure. Thank you.
Yes. So the question is about friends and enemies. So it is important to take position. When you're a Breatharian, you take position with who you are. By taking position with who you are, you're going to create movements around you. These movements will not be happy of you taking position that is not the same as them. This is why when you're going to manifest yourself as more freedomness, more alignment, deciding who you want to be, regardless of some habits and traditions, people will be, oh, he's allowing himself to do that. But it will be like an invitation for everyone around you. So you must be aware that everything that we do, that you do, you are inviting everyone to do around you, even if you're in silence. So even if you're doing a process, it's like inviting everyone to do a process around you. So you're going to create, when I say enemy, friends, for me, it's nice. It's a nice word, because it's still myself. It's like I'm just talking to my finger to do the correct movement I'm asking. But if my finger is not doing the correct movement, I want him to do the correct movement. So the enemy is to bring harmony. So when I speak to someone and I want him to understand something, I send the message. Then maybe he's going to resist and he's not going to accept it. Or maybe he's going to say the same thing to me. And then I'm going to think, and then we are going to unite. It's all one. We are all friends, but there's the illusion of enemies. So we just need to make our body unite. And the body of union is not only our body, is everyone. So until someone is suffering, you can not really be happy. If someone is still suffering on the planet, everyone will suffer. The information is directly transmitted to everyone. This is how it works. So friends and enemy are the same, positive and negative, until everything blends into equanimity. The blissfulness state is with there's nothing else then. You're just in the joy, in the flow, enjoying like fish in the water. Practice. You need to practice truth. This is why we invite you to go and speak to trees before speaking to humans. Speak to animals. Speak to everything, to a wall. Practice your words. See the feedback. Meditate. Do the practice and be prepared. And in the beginning, you will maybe use the wrong words, but you will process. If this is what you want, you're going to manifest, and manifest truth is what we need as humans. You manifest when you're awakened. So you guess you are just going to do what is needed to be done. Yes. Oh, the camera. So we need more manifestation. This is what we need, and this is what is happening. And it's happening with every one of you coming here. The process, it's happening. So it is a wonderful journey. In the love, enjoy the journey, the freedomness, and what else? Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Ciao.
Well, see you next year.
Exactly.
See you very soon. Ciao.
See you soon, everyone.